It's time for Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook. Warhorse Sportsbook, the best place in Nebraska to place your sports bets. Tonight, got big drawings at the Sportsbook in Lincoln. It's today, September 30th, 8, 9, and 10 p.m. Chance to win free slot play and 2 tickets to a suite in Vegas for the Chiefs versus Raiders game and a 3-night stay at Palms Resort or $5,000 cash. Must be present to win. Go to warhorsecasino.com to learn more about this giveaway. But what you need to know, need to be at the Lincoln Sportsbook tonight. DB.
Yes, sir.
So I have a question for you.
Why do you love your man bun and seltzers? I have no idea.
Well, listen, I just am who I am, and I'm comfortable in my own skin.
I am who I am.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So if a team
yes,
commits more penalties, is that because the refs have it out for them, or maybe did they commit more penalties?
Potentially they could have committed more penalties.
So, like, if you're talking to 2 different people, right? So let's say you're talking to me, who is usually pretty straightforward with you, tells you the truth a lot of the time, as much as I can.
Yeah.
And you're talking to, I don't know, somebody that lies to you all the time. I don't know who's in your life that lies to you all the time. Maybe Denny. We'll just use some examples in season timeout.
Not an official timeout, just timeout.
We'll just use Denny as an example, right? I'm not saying he's a liar, but for this example.
I thought he was Dennis. Are we going with Denny?
No, we went Denny because the Dennises got mad.
Okay.
The Dennises revolted.
Okay.
They were like, hey, don't put us with that guy.
Yeah.
So let's say Denny's lying to you a bunch, and we're both talking at the same time. You, me, and Denny are all hanging out on the stage talking, and I'm telling you the truth, and Denny's lying to you a bunch, and you correct Denny every time he lies to you. And then Denny gets mad. He goes, hey, how come you're not correcting him every time he says anything? It's like, because you're lying and he's not.
Where are you going with this?
So when Purdue gets called for twice as many penalty yards as Nebraska, is it maybe because they're tackling a receiver every time they go deep? You think that could be it? Or do you think it's because the refs were kind to Nebraska?
Could be part of it.
Huh, weird.
Did you think the personal foul where he threw your boy's legs in the air, was that egregious?
It was a personal foul.
Yeah.
He flipped the legs in the air, and then he stood over him like, anytime you do one of these, you're getting flagged. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care what happened before. I don't care what happens after. If you do anything to a player on a football field and do one of these, expect a flag.
Did you see this? It was like the 3rd or the 4th PI that they called on Banks. Nair was actually grabbed first.
Yeah, they double PI'd on the same play.
I was like, wow, that's hard to do.
It is hard to do, but they clearly had a game plan. And to be fair, Walters did this at Illinois.
Yeah. Yeah.
They assaulted people at Illinois.
That's how Illinois still plays.
Yes, but in that secondary, that really good secondary 2 years ago that had 3 guys drafted in the top few rounds.
Yeah. So you got one of them balling. You got Spoon still balling in
they just
Seattle.
Assaulted people and are like, hey, you're not going to call it every time. And on Saturday, the refs are like, yeah, we actually are going to call it every time because they were tackling people. The difference is Illinois' secondary was good enough to make it look like they were making plays on the ball while they were assaulting you.
Mm-hmm.
Purdue secondary is not there right now, right? So when it's a lot more egregious when you're not even attempting a play on the ball. Like Witherspoon was going to try and go get a ball.
So
after he assaulted you.
Well, it wasn't me.
Not you personally, the royal you.
It just was the first time in a long time I needed a pep talk to. And thank gosh, I mean, DJ was listening because, I mean, Notre Dame was getting ready to lay waste to, well, they actually didn't lay waste, but
they were, I mean,
they were in control.
For most, yeah.
I'm not going to lie, though, man.
I got a little nervous at the end.
That green, it hits.
The Notre Dame green?
Yeah,
big, always does.
Big, I liked a lot of uniforms this week.
Notre Dame's uniforms are iconic.
How sweet were their Falcons?
Great. Yeah, Falcons are pretty good.
Oh, those were nice with the red helmets.
Yeah. I do like the old school red helmet, like for the Falcons, because that's what they were in like the 80s, right? The red one. Yeah, it's a good look.
Yeah, Steve Barkowski and Billy White Shoes Johnson.
What is it? William Andrews?
Yeah, good. Yeah, sure.
Running back.
Yeah,
I was thinking more like Morton Anderson.
Him too, but he had the double bar, so it's like
the red still looked good. Yes. The double bar didn't look good, but the red still looked good.
It's flipping pretty awful.
Speaking of the NFL, a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah,
there was a lot going on this weekend.
Apparently, it's back to being hard to win. It's just hard to win.
It's apparently I mean, I know we've talked about this a little bit, and I know you hate it when I talk about quarterbacks all the time.
I don't hate it. It's a thing. It's the league.
But the resurrection of the quarterbacks this year has been unbelievable.
So, full disclosure before you say this.
Yeah.
I didn't have I'm going to tell you the difference between me and some of my idiotic friends that send me things about my teams while I'm cheering and they're like, oh, hey, good job. Like they'll rub it in.
Yeah.
I knew that Severe hates the Falcons. Like, Norland, he hates the ATL.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to text about the game. I just was going to say, hey, deep down, do you know how bad I'm cheering for Sam Darnold to win MVP? But I was afraid. Shane's laughing because he and I would go back and forth
on Darnold.
Oh yeah. Like, and I'm a huge Sam Darnold guy.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the heart because they were in a nail biter to think that he would
like be in the headspace for it,
like laugh.
Yeah.
Because it's a long shot.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
But I just was like, start. But he would get it though because he knows how much we've gone.
Oh yeah. It's like if somebody brings up Trevor Lawrence to me, like I know.
Yeah, and he's got a great memory, so we kind of keep mental tally on who was right and who was wrong, and it's just petty brotherly stuff. But my man is just like we talked in the offseason. I'll give him every opportunity to flourish because he has all the talents in the world, and he's got an elite level offensive mind.
And he has looked like we've never seen Sam Darnold look in the NFL before.
I was actually shocked to see Green Bay weather that storm. I thought they were going to get their doors blown off.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to pull Philadelphia Eagles.
They about did. And speaking of guys that have resurrected.
I got to be honest, though.
Yeah.
Would you like to take the bet back since this is Bet on a segment?
Which one?
When I asked you about Dable and Sirianni. Although Sirianni's going to get fired.
Yeah, for sure. Sirianni's definitely going to get fired. I think I'm still taking Dable there. Like I don't know. Sirianni's got a weird, like I don't trust his eyes. Does that make sense?
Watched them yesterday?
Yeah, they were terrible.
I mean, what the world?
You know what it is about Sirianni?
And you want to know how you can't look at it, again, since this is a Bet on it segment.
Yeah.
Do you know why you can't just look at stinky lines?
Why's that?
Philly was favored. Listen, no Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
No Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
No A.J. Brown. You're in Tampa. You have the worst record.
And Baker's playing well. Tampa's playing well.
Hey, he is.
Another resurrection candidate.
I didn't like the shot Brady took at him though during the broadcast, but I know why he said.
Well, I don't think I caught that.
So Baker was on a podcast earlier in the week. And he basically talked about the change in the culture.
Oh, I heard. Yeah. He's just trying to bring joy back to.
He said he's just bringing joy back to the locker room. He said, Tom clearly brought Super Bowl standards and intensity, but he stressed guys out.
Yeah.
Man, TB went in during the broadcast.
Yeah, I heard that.
I was like, huh.
Like, I thought not having rings was stressful.
Which was a great line.
It is a good line. Here's the thing, though. They both can be right.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't think Brady would use that platform. And his partner, hey, it seems like you have more to say. Do you want to go back to that?
Listen, he's trying to get.
And then Tom Brady intentionally dropped his voice because people are mad that his voice isn't deep enough.
Yeah.
I don't like Brady because I feel like his voice isn't registered. I haven't listened to him a ton yet to even have an opinion.
His voice doesn't bother me,
but I was surprised that he whacked him during the broadcast. And then Baker goes back and gets it in the presser.
I mean, they're both right.
Yeah,
like really, really great players do stress out their teammates.
Yeah,
almost nobody liked playing with Michael Jordan. Guess what? They won a whole hell of a lot.
I don't know. Does Steph seem likable?
Steph's a different dude. He really is. Like, Steph is probably one of the strangest.
I don't think I would enjoy playing with LeBron.
No. But, like, have you heard stories about the 94, 95, or 93, 94 Bulls? The year that Jordan's gone?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it was such a great time to be around. But guess what? They weren't very good the next year. You know why? Because nobody was holding them accountable. Like, sometimes you got to have somebody hold your feet to the fire.
Yeah.
That's what great players do. Not a ton of fun to be around, though. How many times have you said it? You go, Coach Rule might be a hard guy to work for.
Yeah, I love him, but I'm not sure I want to hang out.
I mean, I do want to hang out. I'm not sure I want to work for him.
Yeah.
There's a difference, right? I want to hang out with Jordan. I'm not sure I want to be his teammate.
I don't know if I like being held accountable all the time.
That's Bet on It, brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook.